We return to reclaim our lost relics.
Hi, Zizaran here with my thoughts on the 3.15 Expedition expansion patch league, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot to talk about here, so I'm just gonna like go through everything step by step. Let's talk about the league first. That's probably the worst thing for me, because the league doesn't look particularly exciting. That doesn't mean that it won't be. In fact, this is really good news for most of you. Because every league mechanic that I've thought looked good, for example, Heist or Blight, has been the worst one so far. And every league that I've thought looked like shit, Legion and Breach, well, most people like those. So whenever I think a league looks like shit, it's usually Pog Slide. I don't know, the league mechanic looks very, very slow and clunky. I don't know how it's gonna be, but that isn't really the end all or be all of Path of Exile, because for this previously Ultimatum, I really, really loved the league mechanic, but I hated playing the league for different reasons. It's more than just the league to make the league, and there is a lot of cool stuff that looks interesting here. There's the bosses and stuff like that. There are new bosses. We don't know what kind of tier of boss. We are most likely assuming similar to Abyss or Delve, where they are not going to be like, you know, Maven. Now, hopefully they are not as RNG as Owl or the Trial Master, because I barely get those. I'm very unlucky on those for whatever reason. So yeah, there are more splinters. That is a bad thing in my opinion. Yeah, we have like these like artifact things, which have a stack size of 1,000. A lot of things to pick up. That doesn't sound particularly good. Personally, I have been a big fan of auto pickup for things like that, because like I'd rather just like the game not be designed to pick up even more stuff. Like our hands are already struggling. Generally, the league looks very, very high production value, similar to Heist. Like I think obviously like I absolutely dislike Heist, but it had like it was very like you could tell they worked hard on it. Very, very cool like voice lines and stuff. And this looks like at least on the surface, like there's a lot of new stuff here. There's new NPCs, there's a whole new mechanic, there's immunities in the league. Very surprised they went with that. And honestly, the entire league, I think we just call it Diablo 2 Resurrected Early, because this is very like throwback to Diablo 2, the entire league, with a lot of the new skills and stuff, which we'll talk about here in a sec. But yeah, we have different NPCs. We have crafting, haggling with buying items. We have gambling, literally geed straight from Diablo 2. I don't know how good that's gonna be. We'll see. It looks like it could be pretty cool. Maybe it'll be like really, really cool early. I think a lot of mechanics are sometimes just really strong early and fades out on your second and third characters. I think that's okay. But it is great when you have a mechanic that stays interesting throughout the entire league, obviously. There are rollable maps. Is this going to be similar to Heist? Is it going to be similar to Blight maps? Like, I don't know. We'll see. Looked like a bunch of new uniques. Some that looked really cool. Some that looked garbage. I'm talking aesthetically. Just one of them looked awesome. They've taken, similar to the ward mechanic from last epoch, is now in Path of Exile. It'll be interesting to see if that's going to be similar, where we have life builds, ward builds, and CI builds now. That like could be pretty cool. There's a lot of nerfs coming, and they have set a big rebalance. I feel like they are trying to rein in the power creep of Path of Exile. I did a poll in my chat as well, and obviously a lot of people don't want the game to turn into Diablo 3. Some people are one foot in each camp, where you're like Steel Mage, for example, where you really, really do like the screen clear meta, right? That is fun, but it does get boring sometimes, right? There's no challenge. You are just right-clicking screens at a time without the chance of dying. And some people miss the older Path of Exile, where it was really dangerous, which they showed in the intro, where, you know, there's a row charging you and it can kill you. I think personally, I do love the speed clear meta. I think it's very, very fun, but I also think that it is important to rein in the power creep a little bit, so that we don't turn into Diablo 3, where you are getting like a set handout at the start of the league. And, you know, I haven't really seen a game do a really good solution for it yet. Very often in games, we just see like life and damage increasing side by side. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to try to like rein it in with nerfs and stuff. And I hope it'll be a good thing. Obviously, I think it's important that there are things that are strong, so I would love for them to butcher pretty much everything that's meta right now and just buff things pretty high that aren't meta right now, so that skills that we maybe have not looked at the last league would be really, really interesting and strong. I personally think that would be cool. Generally a big fan of nerfs, but I'm a big fan of a big balance change, right? So just a lot of things getting nerfed and a lot of things getting buffed. There's not like, in my opinion, there's no reason to actually strive for balance in a game like Path of Exile. So for example, I would say Essence Drain is probably one of the most balanced skills right now, but it would be completely okay if they butchered the skill just to mix things up a little bit, in my opinion. And speaking of skills, there are so many skills coming. Frozen Orb is finally here. Blessed Hammer is literally here. And loads of new skills. There's like a Mortar Chaos skill that looks awesome. There's so many cool skills. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Definitely making a Frozen Orb League starter. 100% guaranteed. I might even league start with that if it looks promising. Obviously, I'm also going to be trying to race for like 100, the new content, etc. So if it looks shit on paper or I don't have a backup skill, like sometimes you can play a new skill even if it looks kind of meh on paper, as long as you can one-to-one switch to something that you know is solid. But we'll see what we end up with there. But so many cool skills from Diablo 2. I think the Frozen Orb is going to be good. I think the Hammerdane is going to be awesome. There was this stun skill that looked garbage, and some of the new skills looked a bit meh. But we'll see soon when we have the numbers and the patch notes. Obviously, won't be able to make build guides until 2 or 3 days before the league when we have everything. And last but not least, Battle Royale is finally back. I've been like begging them. I've been messaging them. Obviously, you guys know I do a lot of events and stuff like that. And I've been asking them like for a long time. I was like, hey, I really want to do events around Battle Royale. Can we bring that back? I've been like literally begging them like, please bring BR back. I would do some cool events if you let me. Chris has told me for a while they have been working on it and trying to bring it back. And they wanted it to be more balanced and stuff. So finally it is here. It is not balanced. It is surprisingly balanced, actually. A lot of people are complaining about Blight. Personally, I think Explosive Arrow is way stronger because once you get like LMP and you get the +1 projectile, you have 4 Explosive Arrows that can like insta people very, very good up against walls. But yeah, obviously there are some things that are very, very strong, like Explosive Arrow. People are insane with Cleave, but there are some of the other combos other than Cleave where you need more than just Blight, right? That's what's really strong about Blight. You can get really far with just Blight. With like Cleave, you want like Whirling Blades, Cleave, Chance to Bleed, and like other skills they do really well with some combos. So yeah, it's been pretty cool playing with it. There was one major hiccup which tilted me off the planet, which was that people were immortal and they were abusing it. So basically you would spawn, monsters can't attack you, other immortal players can attack you, but basically no one can attack you. Because there would sometimes only be 2 or 3 immortal people per game. Usually people would leave and there'd be 1 immortal person AFK at the end, and you just have to hope that you get a better spot inside the circle than him. And that definitely ruined part of it. I actually lost 6 games where I was rank 1 and would have won, and then AFK guy like outlived me. So that was very, very unfortunate. Definitely ruined it a bit for me. I'm very happy Battle Royale is back. Hopefully it gets fixed by the time I wake up. Very excited to play more. I think we got 7 or 8 wins and we missed 6, so we would have had 13 or 14. Something that's really, really cool that I want to show you guys. So here we can see this is the old road dinner from the old Battle Royale. I wonder if they removed duplicates now that this is here. No, I still have 16 road dinners from the first one. And then here you can see that I've been able to upgrade to the second road dinner, and this keeps growing the more wins you get. So that if you are able to get a bunch of wins, it'll get bigger and bigger and look cooler. And you can change between them. So even if, say for example, you really love this row feast, the rank row 1, then you can change back to that. So that's really cool. Very cool feature. Very excited. Looking forward to it. Obviously, I generally wait with judging Elite too hard until I play it, because playing it too hard out the gate doesn't really do anything. Hopefully there'll be a new meta, and yeah. I will be putting out loads of League starter guides, doing loads of stuff like that. We have PoE University as well, and loads of BR content. Battle Royale is going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy all the content. Thanks for watching. Try to die less than I do.